Good day, everyone. I thought I'd show you guys, what I built behind me here. This is a 2015 Ram Promaster City. I just finished converting it to a campervan, and I thought I'd show you guys kind of all the features and everything about it. Starting on the exterior, you can see the windows got tinted. We got this kind of mountain decal on here. And we'll move into the inside now. So as we come into the main entrance here, you can see we got a cooler that slides out, kind of opens like that. Obviously not a lot of room to work here, and do some settings there for the cooler. It slides back there. Here's kind of my main kind of control panel. Cabin lights, you can see I got 6 LED lights in here. Accent lights, you can't see it right now very well, but in there's some lights, as well as there's a mountainscape kind of lighting here. You can't see it, just there's so much light in here right now. And finally the cooler, to turn the cooler on. Here I don't have it on right now, but this here is the kind of the control for the inverter. So it's a 1500 watt inverter. Here's where I have my 2 batteries. There's 2 100 amp hour AGM batteries. Here is obviously the bed. Got a large pull-out drawer here. You can get a lot of storage in here. My plan is to put sleeping bags and whatever else in there, and your kind of pillows. Let's kind of jump in here further. Kind of can see the counter here now. Pull this out. Plan to put some pots and pans, and I got this here is I got a little heater in here. I decided not to go the kind of diesel gasoline kind of fired heater approach, so little 500 watt heater plugs into there. Some more great storage. Here's where I'm going to put the utensils and kind of your cooking stuff. These bottom 2 drawers are for food and whatnot. Everything's on no slam. Move over here. This is where I kind of put a USB charging station. I thought you could, when you're laying in here, you can put your phones on here to charge or whatever device. It's this. It pulls out to a bed. This goes down. Here's just another view of the bed. It's 6 feet, 72 inches long or 6 feet, and then 36 inches wide. And I ended up going with 4-inch cushions. They're a stiff kind of cushion from a custom mattress shop that I had got cut and then wrapped. On this side here, a nice sink, got a nice deep stainless steel sink with cold water. Kind of showing inside here. With these little vans, there's not a lot of room to work, but you can see I got my freshwater, gray water. What I did here is this is a garden hose attachment. It's kind of a quick disconnect. You can see how nice it is. That goes out. Then I got my pump hidden in the back there with a strainer and everything, so this will work pretty good. This is on no slam. Pull that out. So it locks in place. So this is actually kind of what you're going to cook off of. So I got camp stove kind of hidden in there. I got 2 lawn chairs. So yeah, the intent is you can kind of just prepare your food out here. All my hardware is kind of some leather poles. Obviously, it's with tight quarters here. You could be, hitting your knees and feet, and so that's why I went with that route. Fan, this is kind of, you can actually blow into the van to bring some cold air in, or you can draw some fumes out to cool it off. Ended up making some just kind of window screens for privacy and to cool it off. Nothing fancy, there's just a couple suction cups on here. On the electrical side here, let's start off here. I got a DC to DC controller. So basically what this means is once the vehicle is running, There's these leads that it'll actually, the alternator will charge the batteries in the van here. Got, you know, shutoffs here to isolate everything, you know, breakers everywhere. Here's my solar controller. I got 200 watts of solar on the roof. Like I said, we got a 1500 watt sine wave inverter, and then just a little fuse box there. So that is the electrical system. Nothing too fancy, but I think it's done right for this application. Well, hopefully you enjoyed the tour. It was a pretty quick one. If you're interested to kind of understand how I, went about building this whole thing, I have a whole build series with, 5 or 6 videos, right, start to finish, explaining and showing how I did everything in the van. If you're also interested in the bed and how it converts, I actually have a separate video on that, as well as I'll include in a link below. But I sell these plans, 2 different plans online on Etsy. One that has this pull out for the cooktop, and one that has 2 large drawers that pull out if you're not interested in something like that. But hopefully you enjoyed this tour. Like and subscribe, and maybe I'll see you next time. Thank you.